Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I am jumping straight into today's video with something new. I am trying out these polygel dual forms. They're in the cat claw shape and these look really cool. I'm really excited to try these out. It is something a little different. I've been seeing a lot of cat claw or eagle claw, raptor claw. I know there's like multiple names for this nail shape and it is pretty unconventional. I don't see a lot of people doing it, but lately I have been seeing it on my Pinterest and Instagram For You page. So this was just something that caught my eye and I really wanted to try this out. So I did prep my nails off camera and I did size these on as well before putting them on. Just for an extra and added measure, I am going to apply base coat on my nails and I will cure this in the lamp for 30 seconds. For today's polygel, I will be using the clear color from Macart, and I will also be using alcohol as my slip solution. Now, I want everyone to bear in mind that this is the first time I've done dual forms in a really long time, so there is a lot of user error that I had and a couple mistakes that I made while doing this. The first thing I want to point out is that when you are applying polygel on a dual form, make sure that you keep the layer as thin as possible, especially on this nail shape. There is some ridges that are kind of harder to get, and use a smaller brush. I used a big brush at first and I couldn't get in the crevice there. So once I was done molding the polygel, I did go ahead and attach it to my nail. I do want to let you know to be very careful as of why I said not to use too much polygel, because I ended up having it overflowing and that was really bad. So make sure that you keep it pretty thin, and while I'm curing it, I'm doing a flash cure with my Gel X lamp just for it to stay in place, and then I will follow that up with a full 60-second cure in the UV nail lamp. Okay, so if you're more experienced with polygel dual forms, you should definitely be done with the application process at this point. But because I'm not used to this shape and this is my first attempt, I am going to go over the top with another layer of polygel and kind of do a normal polygel application just to cover up my mistakes. So I just want to give a disclaimer to any new subscribers or new viewers that I do an astrology series that's centered around nails and the horoscope of each sign, and this video is one of them. And today we are covering the sign of Pisces. I do have timestamps, so please feel free to skip over the section if you are not interested. So let's begin with Pisces. So for those of you that stay tuned and are continuing to watch, I do want to let you know that my forecasts are very general, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You may not relate to everything because I'm speaking in a very general sense. So I typically enjoy Pisces season. Pisces season, I feel like I am the most creative during this time and I'm able to express that in such a great way. I will say Pisces season this year is kind of a mess, especially March. It's a little bit heavy. We have a lot going on. We have Venus retrograde, the North Node just went into Pisces, Mercury is in Pisces, and this is all touching Neptune and Saturn. We also have a new moon in Pisces as well as a lunar eclipse in Virgo. So I'm going to touch on Venus retrograde. Usually around this time you want to stay away from any cosmetic procedures or beauty treatments, stay away from doing any new financial investments. If you are going to do these things or if you have any appointments set, just make sure that you do your research and carefully think through every decision and be open for any reunions or reconciliations around this time. This Pisces season, I can see a lot of women starting to date men that are a lot younger, like years younger than them, and it's going to start becoming an issue, especially in the media. So Neptune is actually going to leave Pisces for a brief moment in March this year, and then it'll move back into Pisces. And in astrology, Neptune represents illusions, dreams, fantasy, grandeur, and I think it's all tied to the general public and what the general public glamorizes, which is why I mentioned in Aquarius's video about flexing culture changing. And I just feel like with overindulgence and overconsumption, I feel like that type of thing will fade out, like mukbang content or people showing themselves with like owning thousands and hundreds of Stanleys and perfume bottles. I feel like that type of thing is going to phase out. I'm not sure if it'll phase out this year, but I feel like people will kind of divest from that type of content this Pisces season. I also think a lot of people will start making their own shows and films using AI, and I feel like there will also be a boom in healthcare tourism. I think we'll also be seeing a lot of people practicing sobriety more, especially pertaining gardening and drinking. I also think there'll be more studies coming out about how recreational use is damaging to the mind and body. There may be something in the tabloids regarding a celebrity either going clean or passing from recreational use, or a celeb passing away in the tabloids. I think there will also be something going on with boats in the news or something with our drinking water, and Pisces season is honestly going to be ending with a bang. Something going on with our political figures in the media. Okay, so now I want to touch on what Pisces placements may face themselves and how this Pisces season may affect you directly. So Saturn is currently direct, and this can also affect Sagittarius placements as well. Many Pisces placements may feel like there's been a lot of setbacks in your life. Maybe even day to day can feel like completely mundane, and things that you used to do all the time can tire you out, or you're not necessarily interested or have energy for it. This is definitely the time to assess what you truly want to be committed to and what structures and changes you want to make in your life right now. Saturn is responsibility, routine, and structure, so you may have had an emphasis of these themes in your life, especially in the last year and a half. Reevaluate what you may have been neglecting and where you need to build structure and responsibility in your life. For some of you, it may be work-life balance. Some of you may be organization, your health, money management. It really all depends on where Pisces is placed in your birth chart. Another thing I want to touch is kind of like controversial, or it's kind of open-ended. I want to talk about kind of like karma. I do want to say that like a lot of misbehaved Pisces and Sagittarius placements are getting rounded up. So if you've been on bad behavior, expect to get caught up with it really quickly around this time. Like I a lot of astrologers advise to just kind of stay away from doing bad things. Just stay away from doing anything that's exploitative or anything that you should not be doing. I'm not even trying to scare you. It's just something as small as like taking a pen from work or stealing something from the grocery store. It's just you will get caught around these times when you normally wouldn't. So just be aware of that. If you'd like a more visual manifestation of this, pay attention to celebrities with these placements. They'll be in the tabloids for good things if they've been doing the work, and bad things if there's an uncovered dark past that is catching up to them. I do want to name some celebrities, but I'm not sure if I want to go there because this isn't a celebrity gossip page. But I will say there is a male R&B artist that's going to be in the tabloids for some crazy stuff involving the court and pertaining women, especially this March. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so another thing I want to touch on is there's going to be a new moon in Pisces. So around this time, Pisces, your intuition is heightened and it's on point more than usual. You might be having a lot of vivid dreams. You could be very sensitive to a lot of things around this time, especially physically, mentally, and energetically. Really believe in your dreams around this time and your gut feeling. There also could be a lot of new job and work opportunities. This would be a good time to start a health routine, skincare, and a good time to start being responsible and organizational here. Jupiter is going direct, so many of you will feel more positive in your goals and your future. You may also have more ambition to go after them. And like I was explaining earlier, you will feel some obstacles along the way around this time, but it's happening so you can be realistic and proactive about your dreams and goals. So Pisces, that is all I had for you guys. That is the astrological forecast. Pisces season is loaded and locked and heavy, and everyone can just brace themselves. It's not going to be too bad. I know a lot of people on TikTok and a lot of astrologers are kind of fear-mongering it, but I don't think it's anything to be scared of. I always tell people to just lean into the energy, especially if it does look a bit challenging. These hard aspects or challenging times or periods are usually times where we are forced to do better, to have better character and personal growth. So that is all I had for Pisces. Pisces, I wish you guys all the best and please hang in there. I'm going to stop talking here and we're going to move on to the next portion of these nails. We are now finished with application. I'm going to go ahead and wipe away the sticky layer from the polygel using alcohol. Now I'm going to begin filing. I'm going to be using a 100 by 100 nail file, and I wasn't really sure how to approach filing with this nail shape, so I kind of just did the sides and kind of made it even and went over the surface. But after a while I switched over to the nail drill. I actually have the nail drill on a speed of 11 RPM, but again, you work at whatever speed that you like. If it's too high, you can go lower. Work at a speed that is comfortable for you. We are now ready to begin gel art. So for gel art, I am going to be mixing these two colors. This is a gray and a pastel blue. For today's concept for the nail art, I wanted to do something pretty cool and different. I was just thinking of a fish, I was thinking of a mermaid, I was thinking of siren. I wanted something dark, and this is kind of what I came up with. I did try this on a practice nail the first time, but it looked a little too dark and fishy for me. So I'm gonna paint one layer of that mixture on the nail. We only need one layer of it, so I'm gonna paint that and cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds. So we are going to be using my airbrush machine today, and we're going to be using this airbrush paint gel from Savaland. I was hunting for a good airbrush paint because I did try a different one and it clogged up my airbrush machine really bad, but this one I was really surprised at how well that it worked. I'm also going to be using this net fabric that I have. I got this from nail school. I think you can also use a loofah to kind of get that shape. I wanted to airbrush this to get fish scales. I also went ahead and rubbed on this purple kind of iridescent Aurora chrome, and I rubbed that on, applied top coat, and we're going to follow that up with a pearlescent chrome. And we're basically going to repeat that same process on the rest of the nails. We are now going to finish this look off by applying top coat on all of the nails, and we will be curing this in the lamp for 60 seconds. So here are how my nails turned out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I just wanted to do something really different and creative for Pisces. I just wanted to do something very mermaid siren-like. I really attempted to make these look like fish scales. Let me know if you guys give that vibe, because my sister said this looked like an alien, and I'm like, oh my gosh, now that I see it, I can't unsee the alien. I was going for more siren core, but this ended up kind of like alien core again, like I did for Virgo, but I kind of still like how this came out. I think it still gives that majestic look. Pisces, I hope you guys enjoyed this nail set, and I do hope you like it. I do have everything that I used linked in the description box. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and thank you all so much for watching. I do hope to see you in my next video.